In this video, we are going to look at how a supplier submits a detailed part cost quotation to the buyer. Log into Zumen by clicking Login as supplier and entering your credentials. If you are an admin user, the User Administrator dashboard displays. Hover over the left navigation menu and select RFQ and Quotations. If you are a regular user, the Quotations page is your default landing page. Here, you will see a list of requests for quotes or RFQs for which sourcing is in progress. Before you submit a quotation, you can inform the buyer that you have accepted the quotation and will be working on it. To do this, click the Accept icon against the part. If you don't want to work on an RFQ, click the Reject icon against the part. However, the accept and reject actions are not mandatory. To submit a detailed quotation for a part, click the Create Quotation icon against the relevant line item and click Continue. The production-related buttons are enabled because the selected part is a production part. Clicking Add Production Tool will display the production tool table, and clicking Add Production Cost will display the remaining 8 tables of the quotation format in Zumen. It is not mandatory to enter details in all the tables. However, enter details based on the level of breakup you'd like to provide for the total part cost. If you'd like to provide the cost you will incur to acquire or develop production tools to manufacture the part, enter tool details such as description, tool life, unit cost, and quantity in the production tool table. If you'd like to provide the raw material cost you will incur, add a raw material using the Add Raw Material option from the drop-down list. Or select an existing raw material in the raw material table, and enter the gross quantity. If you'd like to provide the process cost you will incur, enter details such as description of the process, machine or tool used, and cost based on time or weight in the process operation table. If you will be hiring external services to manufacture the part and would like to provide that cost, enter details such as description, unit rate, and quantity in the professional services table. If you will need to buy ready-made components to manufacture the part, enter that cost in the bought out or traded parts table by entering details such as part description, minimum order quantity, unit rate, and quantity. If you'd like to provide the cost of storing the part, raw materials, components, or tools for the duration of production, select the item and enter details such as inventory carrying cost and number of days in inventory in the inventory costs table. If you'd like to provide the packaging costs you will incur, enter details such as packaging item, unit rate, and quantity in the packaging costs table. If you'd like to provide the logistics costs you will incur, enter details such as description, that is transport by air, road, or sea, distance covered, weight of shipment, and rate in the logistics costs table. If the part will require commissioning or maintenance at buyer's end, and if you want to charge the buyer for that cost, enter details such as description of the service, frequency, service life, and maintenance cost in the post-commissioning maintenance costs table. Click the Edit icon against Price Break to enter the volume of units and the reduction amount in the unit price. The discounted unit rate is to give the buyer an incentive to buy more. Let us consider that the unit price is $300 and the buyer orders 30 units. Then the price break provided as per this example will work as follows. No reduction in unit rate up to 5 units. For 6 to 10 units, a discount of $20 will be applied on unit price. For 11 to 25 units, a discount of $35 will be applied on unit price, and for 26 to 30 units, a discount of $50 will be applied on unit price. Click Submit to save your entry. In the Delivery Lead Time field, which is a mandatory field, enter the time required to deliver the part from the time the PO is released or payment is made. The target date provided by the buyer in the RFQ displays in the Delivery Target Date field. Enter the number of days, weeks, months, or years within which payment must be made in the Payment Terms fields. Enter the percentage of advance that you require either with PO release or before delivery in the advance fields. In the minimum and maximum quantity and value fields for standard PO and blanket order, you can specify the economical quantity for each production order, if there are process, setup, and other overhead constraints. These quantities and values will be used by the buyer when they issue the purchase order. From the currency drop-down list, select the currency in which all the final amount calculations in the quotation are to be done. The fields in this section are presented in two columns, without tax and with tax. The total part cost displays the sum of the costs entered in the raw material, process operation, professional services, bought out or traded parts, and inventory tables above. So, details are to be mandatorily filled in at least one of these tables. In the quotation for quantity field, which is a mandatory field, enter the quantity for which you have prepared the quotation, irrespective of what the buyer's request was for. Unit part cost displays the total part cost divided by quotation for quantity. The packaging and logistics fields display the costs entered in the packaging costs and logistics costs tables above. The other fields pertaining to overheads display a summary of the costs entered under the respective heads in the above tables. The grand total displays the sum of all the fields above. The unit part cost including packaging and logistics cost is displayed here. This value is arrived at by dividing the sum of the total part cost, packaging cost, and logistics cost by the quotation for quantity. The total service life displays the value entered in the post-commissioning maintenance costs table above, and the total lifetime cost displays the sum of the grand total and maintenance cost. And the amortized cost of the tooling cost entered in the production tool table above displays in the tooling cost amortization section. If you want to work on the quotation later, click Cancel. Data entered in the quotation so far is automatically saved. To submit the quotation to the buyer, click Save and click OK to confirm.